The department can't afford to have any officer, especially one in an important position, disobeying orders like that. I'm afraid I must demote you, Mrs. Morris.
I don't think that's necessary.
You and I seem to disagree on what is necessary, Mrs. Powell. Miss Ferguson will take over as acting deputy governor. Good God!
You all right, Meg? What is this?
I'll see you in the governor's office now.
Now, is that clear?
Oh, come on, Mrs. Morris. We don't want any more trouble. It's over now. Anyway, you've already got Marge and her mates. What else do you want?
And this kid's got the shakes. I think we should get her back to her cell.
Okay.
All right. Come out in single file. And somebody will have to clean up that mess. Fisher, Jones and Kelly, stay behind us.
Well. The animals have been stampeding again, have they?
It's under control.
So I see. Would have loved to have seen the minister's face when Mrs. Powell confronted him with that lot.
It's hardly the governor's fault.
No. Well, I'd better get them back into their cages, eh?
I want you all to come quickly and quietly out.
Mrs. Morris, the governor would like to see you. I'll handle this. I said I can handle it. Where are the rest of them?
Most of them gone back to their cells. Briggs is in solitary. She seemed to be the instigator.
Oh, I'm sure there were others involved. Anything else?
No, Miss Ferguson.
Okay, you lot. Move out.
Only got what you wanted. What about me?
You'll be locked up, just like the rest of them. No favourites. You do understand, don't you?
Well, the knife's been confiscated and Briggs is in solitary.
Did you get a chance to talk to the women?
No. Joan arrived on the scene and literally took over.
Could take over the whole bloody lot as far as I'm concerned. You can imagine how Harnsworth carried on. He made it pretty clear that my job was on the line. Oh, so I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to tackle him about reinstating you.
Oh, that's all right, I understand. Joan's really getting it all her own way, isn't she?
Yeah, couldn't have worked better if she'd planned the whole thing. But how the hell did it start?
Well, one minute they were grumbling about their exercise period being cancelled, and the next it was a free-for-all.
Yes, well, as far as Harnsworth's concerned, a brawl a day's par for the course at Wentworth. He now wants more stringent security.
Oh, God, doesn't he realise that's only going to mean more trouble?
No. All he wants is an orderly prison. And at the moment, we go along with it.
Found Mason coming from the laundry after the alarm went off.
All right, I'll take her.
Thanks.
Get to your cell, Mason.
Oh, but I don't want to go to
Don't argue, Mason. Just do as you're told.
What's that funny noise?
You, get away from the door. Hello, Mason. In you go.
What is it? What's wrong with Cal?
Mason, you can spend the night in Stephen's cell.
What the hell's going on
I'm going to move on. Shut up, Brian! Gotta move on.
I have just promised Mrs. O'Regan you would supervise the distribution of the trays.
Right. Parker's just gone completely berserk after that circus in the rec room.
God, that's all we need. How bad?
Oh, she's going to have a go at anyone who tries to get into her cell.
Right. Colleen Powell, get Sister Kelly down to H Block, Parker's cell. Tell her to bring a tranquilizer shot.
Excuse me, Mrs.
Just
Powell.
a minute.
It may not be a bad idea to get Donovan. She knows how to cope with Parker.
Yeah, right. Have Donovan brought to her. She's well enough, okay? Right.
What about a couple of extra officers?
Oh, I've already phoned B Block. They're going to send over a couple of male officers.
You what? On whose authority?
My own, of course.
May I remind you, I am the governor, Miss Ferguson, and I give the orders. Therefore, on your own authority, you can ring through and cancel those guards. Clear?
Clear. Governor.
Come on, let's go. You look after the trays. I'll see to Parker.
Mongrels, you rotten mongrels! He was me mate! You rotten mongrels!
Parker? Parker? It's Mrs. Powell.
Go away!
Listen, I want to help you. Now, come on. Just calm down and why don't we talk about it?
You know what's happened, you know. He couldn't ever hurt nobody and now he's dead. I'm sick of the killing in here. It's killing all the time.
Please, calm down. We do want to help you. Now, I'll just come in.
No! No! Anybody who tries to come in here, I'll kill him!
All right, all right. Doesn't sound too good, does she? What on earth happened?
Oh, I don't know what's packed it off. Probably something to do with the Bridges affair.
No, poor Cass.
Now, don't worry, Minnie. We'll take care of him.
You go away! Go away, the lot of you! I hate you! I hate you all!
Listen, Donovan, she is going to hurt herself unless we calm her down.
You want me to do it?
Long enough so Sister Kelly can tranquilize her. Now, will you help us?
I'll help Cass. Cass, love. It's me. Minnie.
Oh, Min. Oh, Minnie's dead. All blood on his fur. He couldn't hurt nobody. I can't stand any more blood, Min. I hate it.
I understand, love. I want to help you. Please, let me come in.
No! No, all those others will come too, all them screws and everybody, and they'll hurt me. But don't you let them get me, Min.
No one will hurt you, I promise. Please, love, you can trust me.
So Donovan's getting nowhere in a hurry.
Mrs. Powell.
Enough.
Come on, Cass. Come on, we're mates, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, mates can't talk to each other through doors. Let me come in.
Yes, maybe we're wasting our time. Get a couple of male guards to get overpower her.
Cass?
Min.
It's awfully quiet out there. What do you think's happening now?
I don't know. I mind my own business. And I suggest you do the same.
Medicated?
Put it down. And don't touch my things again.
I just wondered if it was
And did
medicated.
you wonder what happened to the other jar too?
Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
Forget it. Tea time, ladies. Trays will be collected in the morning.
Mrs. Morris, why am I being locked in? What's happened
I'm
to Kat?
sorry, I can't discuss it.
But Sonia says there was a fight or something.
Everybody's
I wasn't
been
even
locked
there.
in. Now get on with your tea. I'll bring your blankets back later.
But what about my job?
Oh, dear Pixie, you really do live in the clouds, don't you? They're not going to let the women out on work release now.
Well, it's not fair.
And nobody but you would expect it to be. Go and eat something.
I'm not hungry. Goodness! You've got your own patisserie. Ginger! Well, where did you get all this?
I can always get things, Pixie. You ought to know that. And what with no buy-ups, I thought it might be a time to go back into business. What do you think?
How much longer are we going to wait around here?
For as long as it takes. I'm not risking any more trouble.
There you are, love. He's all nice and peaceful now.
Can we bury him properly, I mean? He was a nice little fella.
Of course we can, love.
Do you reckon we'll find who done it?
I promised you we would, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah, you could mate me.
Now, Sister Kelly's outside with a little injection to make you feel better.
Oh, no, I don't want no needles, Min. Make me sleepy and people hurt me.
No one will hurt you, I promise you, Cass. You can trust me now.
Yeah.
Well, Parker, Sister Kelly's here to help you.
Well, this isn't going to hurt, dear. Just a little tingle, that's all.
But, Min...
Nothing to worry about, love.
Should work pretty quickly now.
Right. It might be a good idea to keep her in isolation, at least for the night. The officers can keep a better eye on her.
Could you organise for someone to stay with her? I don't think she'll give any more trouble, but just in case.
Of course.
Everything I touch dies. Do you know that, Min? Reckon I'm a jinx.
Nothing of the sort, love. Don't be silly.
I'm real tired. Haven't been sleeping too good.
We can move her now.
Okay, Parker, on your feet.
No need to rush her, Miss Ferguson.
She's disrupted this block long enough.
I think you get a lot further if you handle her gently, Miss Ferguson.
I think I can be the best judge of that, sister. I might suggest that you take Donovan back to the hospital. Wouldn't want her to have a relapse, would we?
Harmony.
Oh, and Donovan, don't worry. I'm perfectly capable of looking after your mate. Get a move on, Parker.
Don't want to go to sleep. Bad
That ought to
dreams.
do it.
Okay. Well, you go, I'll look up.
Right. Oh, sleep.
Parker. Look at me, Parker. You don't like being locked up, do you?
Oh.
We had to lock you up, Parker. Because you're mad.
No, I'm not mad. Someone killed my Snoop.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that sad? Now you haven't got a friend in the world.
No, it's not true. Got Min.
Donovan, she's not your friend. Hey, who do you think put you in here? Who do you think had you tied down in this
remember.
bed? It was Donovan.
No.
Yeah, she sold you out.
Not true.
Yeah, it's true, all right, Parker. Let's face it. You've got no one.
This morning, Sister Kelly said I was all right and could go back to work. I don't know how long I'll have to wait for the results of those tests, though. Do you know they took a whole file of my blood?
Oh, Minnie, don't talk about it.
Well, at least the press know what's going on inside here now. I don't think anyone would be game enough to put rat sack in our food.
No. Oh, poor Cass, finding that dear little mouse of hers dead.
Whoa, how awful! Yes. You're kidding. Oh, God, all the time I thought that she was worried about the fight.
What kind of a monster would do a thing like that?
I don't know, dear, but Cass was absolutely distraught. The worst part of it is I helped calm her down and then they rushed her straight off to isolation. How's that going to help her, I ask you?
Well, she's going to be scared half to death up there all by herself.
Yeah.
Just hope she understands.
Come on, Min. It's not your fault, love.
Do you know what I reckon? Ferguson was behind this. I mean, she framed you. Now she's got rid of Cass.
Well, things are going to get a lot worse now. She's deputy governor.
Are you kidding?
My word.
Wow.
What happened to Cass?
I wish I were. Sister Kelly told me.
I want your attention, please.
No, quieten down. Come on.
Thanks. I'm going to need plenty of support. Well, I'm sure you all realise that yesterday's fiasco can't go unpunished.
Here it comes.
The restrictions on buy-ups and visitors will remain in force until further notice.
Well, that figures.
In addition to this, all of the women involved in yesterday's brawl will pay for the damage to prison property out of their wages.
Not reasonable.
And since you just can't be reasoned with, there's going to be no more mail. In or out, except in emergencies.
Come on, you can't get away with that.
There's more. You're going to have no radio, no television until you've earned it.
That's not
Great job.
Will now be at 8:30. And all work release programs are finished as of now.
Disgraceful.
That's all. What the hell else could there be?
Oh, my job, my lovely job. That's a bit heavy going, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I don't make the rules, I just enforce them.
It's not fair. It's just not fair. But I didn't even know anything was going on. I swear I didn't. Look, I'd just die if I couldn't have my job.
Mason, you heard the new restrictions. The governor made it perfectly clear. No exceptions.
Thank you, Miss Ferguson. Mason, I don't want to be unfair. It does seem that you weren't involved in yesterday's...
I wasn't. Look, I've tried so hard to be a good prisoner and keep out of trouble. Really, I have.
Governor, if we start showing signs of weakness now, we're going to have more trouble on our hands.
And if we start treating the women unjustly when they are innocent, then we're asking for it. Don't you agree, Miss Ferguson?
Does that mean I can keep my job?
For the time being, yes. Mind you, if you so much as take one step
Oh, I
out of
won't.
line-
I'll make sure you're all so proud of me. Thank you, Mrs. Powell.
Well, I still reckon there must be something we can do. Let's face it, the department has won this round with a knockout.
Yeah, looks like we'll be getting plenty of beauty sleep anyway.
Yeah, well, no telly's bad enough, but then on top of that, no bickies, no fags, no nothing.
There is if you know the right people.
Yes, Pixie told us about your little cupboard full of goodies. Planning on doing home deliveries too, son?
Look smart. I got plenty of goodies for anybody that wants them, but nobody's forcing you to buy.
You're damn right they're not.
You're barking up the wrong tree, son. You were all flat broke.
I don't mind carrying my friends for a while.
What? You mean you'd give us credit?
Well, if you're good for it, why not? You're not going anywhere.
Wasting your breath. Forget about it.
Oh, you speak for yourself.
Looks like the fix supplying her with stuff. You're going to have to do something about it, Minnie.
Well, I don't quite see how I can, dear.
Well, you're the top dog, aren't you? Just tell her not to buy anything.
While I've got Cass, I've got control. Judy, you heard her last night. She's a sick girl. I couldn't even consider asking her to back me up at the moment.
What are you two doing here? You should have started already.
I just came to pick up some more detergent, Mrs. Morris.
Right, will you move it along? Judy, come with me, will you? I want you to pack because this thing smart's moving in.
Sure.
Don't forget, ladies, the store's open for business.
You bitch. She'll get what's coming to her. People like that always do.
Yeah, well, I don't have to tell you how we all feel about it, Mrs. Morris.
Well, it's the department's decision, child. I'm sure Miss Ferguson will do a very good job.
Oh, I'm sure she will. You know, in one way, I'm glad Lizzie's not here to see how haywire everything's gone. I sure miss the old bag of bones.
Me too.
Oh, guess what, Judy?
You get to keep your job?
However did you guess? Isn't it wonderful?
Well, it won't be so wonderful if you're late. Now, come on, I'll take you through. You'll be
All
going
right.
back out today.
Oh, how exciting!
Well, don't expect it every day. It's only whilst the press are hanging around.
Oh, well, don't you think they'd be interested in my latest story?
I'll be back to get you, Judy.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye, honey.
Fancy made getting sliced.
Anyone touches my bloody stuff, they'll get what for.
You silly old bugger. I'm sure as hell gonna miss you.
What's with you, Jude? I've seen happier faces at funerals.
I'm sorry. It's just I was packing away Lizzie's things and I know everything's gone well for her and I'm really happy about that. It's just it's the crap we have to put up with in here is not even worse.
I know what you mean. This place has really gone to the dogs. Not having a go at you or anything.
Oh, I agree. Without Cass around to back me up, things certainly aren't going to get any better. What the women need now is someone who's been around for a while, someone they can trust. Like you, Judy, they trust you. Yesterday proved that.
It proves nothing. The women need someone to follow. The mood they were in, they would have followed Phyllis if she'd come up with the same idea.
Oh, come off it, Judy. Stop knocking yourself. I reckon some of these women would follow you through fire if you asked them to.
My trial's coming up soon. And if anyone can get me acquitted, young parents can. So I won't be here much longer. You will be, Judy.
Will you keep the towels coming here, Helen, please?
Just food for thought, dear.
You shouldn't be smoking whilst you're working, Smart.
Well, actually, I'm working while I'm smoking, Mrs. Morris.
Just put it in. Where's John's?
Gone to John?
Could I take Cass her lunch tray, Mrs. Morris? Might help her to see a friend.
I'll check. And don't relight that the minute I've gone.
Shame she's been demoted.
Yeah, she's the only screw who's halfway human.
Speaking of halfway human, I bet that brawl yesterday is going to get Po-Face in a lot of trouble with the brass.
Yes, Ferguson's the only one who's had things go right for her.
I would be surprised if she organised it.
Yes, right. She must have known the minister was coming.
You reckon the bitch that started it's on the freak's payroll?
Who, Marge? Well, she's been bribed before. I wouldn't put it past her.
There you are, Judy. That's the sort of thing you know that I don't. Invaluable information about the residents. Makes running the house a lot easier.
Well, I'm willing to share that information, aren't I?
Good morning.
Oh, good morning, sir.
The happy bride to be?
Oh, I hope so. Are you about to be married?
Me? Oh, no, my dear. My wife died several years ago, and I've never considered marriage again.
Oh, you didn't like being married?
Certainly. My Sarah and I were very happy together. Now, what kind of gown appeals to you?
Oh, well, I love them all, but, well, I'll do my best to advise you.
Lovely. Now, do you think a full-length gown?
Oh, I agree with you entirely. I think the traditional ones are still the nicest. There's a beautiful one over here.
What a charming choice.
Yes. Well, I'll have to know the size, of course.
Say size 10?
Oh, it's the same size as me. Look, I could model it for you if you like, and then you'll know what it looks like on the bride.
I don't understand. You're not the bride-to-be?
No.
We seem to be at cross purposes here. I thought you were going to buy a dress. I'm Carl Schumann, the proprietor. You must be Miss Mason.
Oh, I feel so silly trying to sell you a dress.
Since you were doing so nicely. My sister told me all about you.
Oh, Oh, shall I get her? She's just at the back packing orders.
Oh, no. We managed quite well on our own.
Well, thank you very much for giving me a chance. Well, none of my friends thought you would after you found out that I lived at the prison.
Well, we wanted someone experienced, and you certainly seem to fill the bill. You must have a great love of marriage.
Oh, no, not particularly. It's the weddings I love.
In that case, you should be a great asset here.
Oh, I promise I will.
Visitor for you, Mrs. Reynolds.
Hi. I bought you some flowers.
I made it clear I didn't want to see you. You had no right to force your way in here.
I didn't. I got your doctor's permission.
He had no right without asking me first. Now will you just leave?
Hey, I just want to say hello. And goodbye. I'm giving up the pottery classes. I'm heading back to the hills. I just wanted you to know where I am in case you needed me for anything.
I don't need you.
You've been through a lot, Anne. There's no reason to push your friends away.
I may not be a full physical specimen at the moment, but I am certainly capable of choosing my friends.
Yes, Mrs. Reynolds?
Mr. Wallace is leaving.
It's all right, sister. I'm on my way. Goodbye, Anne. If ever you need a shoulder to lean on, you know where I am.
You all right, Mrs. Reynolds? I'll get you a sedative.
I hope she's feeling better. You should have seen how that dreadful Ferguson woman treated her last night.
That's enough, Donovan. I'm sure Officer Ferguson only did what was necessary.
Yes, love. What have they done to you? You've got to get these straps off immediately.
Well, I'm not sure that we should.
Well, she can't very well eat with them on, can she? How'd she eat a breakfast, for heaven's
Well, I
sake?
don't know. Miss Ferguson gave her that. I'll have to speak with Mrs. Powell.
We'll both speak with Mrs. Powell. It's all right, love. I'll make sure that something's done about it.
You said they wouldn't hurt me. I shouldn't have believed you, Minnie Donovan. You're not my friend anymore.
Cass, I had no idea.
I assure you, Donovan, my orders were quite the contrary.
Yes, well, I'm sure we both know who defied those orders, don't we, Mrs. Powell? But you're the acting governor, and what happens in here is your responsibility.
Thank you. I don't need reminders from you. Take her through to lunch, Miss Bailey.
Come on, Donovan.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Powell. I'm just so upset about Cass. You will make sure she gets some proper treatment.
You know I will. Come on. Tell Miss Ferguson I want to see her in my office now.
Why would Cass think you'd do that to her?
Oh, I bet the freak put it in her.
Cass isn't too bright up top, is she?
She's not stupid. She's had a lot of rough treatment over the years, that's all.
After what she's been through lately, it's enough to make any one of us crack up, too.
She's confused and upset. Ferguson should be whipped for what she's done.
She's so kinky for pain, she'd probably enjoy it.
Well, I just heard your muscle powers turn into a jelly baby. Won't be long before the women realise where all the strength is.
We're setting up shop in the cell after lunch, ladies. Anybody wants to buy anything, you know where to come.
Yeah, I'll be mad. Me too. You use your heads. Don't want to get tied up with the likes of her.
We haven't got no buy-up or anything, have we? Get it while you can, that's what I reckon.
Yeah, we've got nothing much else going for us lately.
You never had.
I gave direct instructions on how Parker was to be treated. Now I ought to hear your reasons for countermanding those orders.
As Deputy Governor, I handled the situation as I saw fit. Quick decisions had to be made, and I made them.
You could have waited until the injection had worked fully.
Handling an unbalanced mind is a little different to coping with everyday matters. Mind you, it does take a certain ability to be able to exercise authority on the spot.
Oh, I've had this. I will not tolerate insubordination.
Just answering your question, Governor.
Right. Well, you will see that Parker is released from the straps immediately and taken for proper medical treatment.
Are you really sure that's a wise move? I mean, how would it look on your record if you released her from restraint and then she attacked someone? But then, you are the governor.
Thank you. Knew you hadn't forgotten. Now go and do as I asked.
Certainly, Governor.
Well, it wasn't me. Well, if it was me, you would have heard it, wouldn't you? It's probably the same bitch who put the glass in your hand cream, and you know that wasn't me.
Yes, you're a bit light in the guts department, Phyllis. Have you found out who did put the glass in?
Oh, well, I tried, but they
Then
won't
try
tell-
harder before something else happens.
Well, where's the stuff? Hal, who cracked your face?
Let's get down to business. Now, who's interested?
It's as though Sonia's made a sale.
Hang on a minute.
Well, that looks tasty.
Go get your own. Shop's still open.
How much did you pay for it?
$2 on credit.
Well, you got sucked in, honey. That's part of a hamper Lizzie sent in. Was in reception yesterday when I arrived.
Scheming little... Oh, you mean it was meant for us all the time and Sonia's been flogging it?
That's right. Got a nice little business brain, hasn't she?
The bitch.
Come on, Cass, you go and sit down over there.
Well, how are you feeling now?
Mrs. Powell asked you a question, Cass.
Seeing Briggs with that knife really frightened you, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remembered the...
Look, I want you to know that the restraining straps, that was a
Shouldn't have had that needle.
Well, you were very upset. We had to calm you down.
Because of Snoopy. Oh, he really liked me. Used to sleep in me pocket. I made him a nest in an empty tin. Why would anybody want to kill a little mouse?
Who killed him, Cass?
Dunno. He's just lying on me bed, all blood on his fur.
I am sorry about Snoopy, Cass. I know now why you were so upset.
Well, they didn't have to kill him, Mrs. Powell.
No, they didn't. Is there an officer outside?
Yes, Sue Bailey.
Ask her to look after Parker for a minute.
Come on, Cass. You just wait outside here with Mrs. Bailey. Won't be a minute soon.
So what do you make of that?
I don't know. Why would anyone want to kill a pet mouse?
To throw her further off balance. You know what some of the women are like.
If it was one of them?
Oh, yes, I have been wondering about Joan. She's out to stir up as much trouble as she can.
When do you get that medical report on Donovan?
Well, if it's not here by the morning, I'll ring.
And let's hope it points the finger right at Joan.
Well, you're not going to let her get away with it, are you?
You're forgetting something, Bobby. Ferguson must have given Sonia the present from Lizzie to begin with. That means they're partners again.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to tread pretty carefully or we'll play right into the freak's hands.
Well, for starters, no one buys anything else from Sonia.
Yeah, well, you know what, Granny? This time I'm with you.
Oh!
Whoa! Hey, you're better than a radio control car. You know that, Belinda?
Watch what you say in front of Phyllis.
I wonder when they'll let Cass come back.
Yeah, even when they do, it'll be a long time before she's herself again. She really loved that mouse.
Pity we can't get her another pet.
Oh, I don't know. I reckon we could find a few cockroaches around. Hey, hang on a minute. I've got a great idea. Just leave it to me.
and you could catch the top layer of lace into scallops and hold it in place with a white rose, and then you could put another white rose here, and that would make all the difference, and the bridesmaids' dresses could be changed to match.
Sounds lovely. It would give the dress just the lift it needs. What do you think, June? Is it what you want?
Yes. Look, thanks for your wonderful ideas, Miss Mason.
All right.
Have made up your minds?
Yes. We'll take that dress and the matching bridesmaids' dresses with the alterations your assistant suggested. You certainly have a prize there, Mr. Schumann.
She's an expert on the subject, Mrs. Taylor. We'll telephone you as soon as the adjustments are complete.
Good. And thank you, my dear, for turning an ordeal into a pleasure.
It's all right.
We'll see you at the next fittings. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks again.
Okay, bye.
I'm not surprised they decided to take it. You look very lovely.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Schumann.
You should have tried for a modelling career.
Oh, well, I would love to have, but I didn't have time in between my weddings.
Yes. How are you feeling, dear?
She's feeling a lot better, but she's in need of some cheerful company. Well, we could cheer anyone up, couldn't we, girls?
I'll look after her, no worries.
Right, everybody move up.
I'm glad you're feeling...
Wait for me, Cass. Mrs. M, is it all right if Cass comes on kitchen duty with me tomorrow?
Well, she's not up to work yet.
I know that. I just thought the change of scenery might buck her up a bit.
All right, we'll see what we can arrange.
Good on you.
She'll come good, love.
I'm sorry I carried on like that. It was just, all of a sudden everything got too much for me.
Better to let it come out than try to hold it in. You've had a big shock, both mentally and physically. It was an understandable reaction. You'll feel much better after you've begun the physio sessions.
Can't say I'm looking forward to being pulled around, though.
The sooner you get started, the sooner you'll be able to get back to that important job of yours.
Yes, I suppose so.
And your son will be glad to know you're starting treatment, too. Lovely, aren't they? I don't think your friend meant to upset you.
No, I don't suppose he did.
He left a phone number in case you had second thoughts?
You're as subtle as a Sherman tank. Would you phone him for me? I'll talk to him when he comes in.
Okay, I'll get the number.
I gave Snoopy a proper burial out in the garden. Who do you reckon done it? I reckon it was the freak. Oh, Sonia, she'd do something like that. Can't trust anyone.
Never thought Minnie Donovan'd turn on me.
Oh, I don't reckon she did. She's your mate. It was her who gave me Snoopy to bury. Well, come on then, we'll go to the rec room and see what the others are doing. Come on.
Oh, and I actually sold 5 wedding dresses today. Oh, it's a wonderful, wonderful job. You all should apply to do it.
Yeah, sure. Can't you just see me sashaying around in a wedding dress?
Hey, Pixie, I reckon you should take in some of your own wedding dresses. You could make a fortune.
Oh, no. I'm going to treasure those forever. Oh, Cass, it's so good to see you. How are you?
Cut stopped hurting, dear?
Well, did you bring us anything?
What do you mean?
Well, you've got to think of your mates. You should be able to nick us a few things and smuggle them in, seeing as we got no buyer.
Oh, I couldn't steal from Mr. Schumann. He's too nice.
I don't think Bobby was thinking of a wedding dress.
Too bloody right. But what about smokes and stuff like that?
You're my star pupil, Pixie. But remember, you only take from the big boys.
But, well, I promised Mrs. Powell I'd behave myself if she let me go out on work release.
Well, you don't have to rely on her. Anything you want, you know where to come.
Stevens, outside.
Well, it won't be long before the women know who's calling the shots. Let's face it, Minnie. I've got all the backing I need to go right to the top.
How are the sales going?
Fine. But I'm going to need more merchandise. The hamper's not going to last too long.
All right, I'll see to it.
You know the women can't get any money at the moment, so I'm selling on credit. Might need a bit of backup when it comes time to collect.
You'll get it. Any other problems?
Yeah, the glass grinder's at it again. Smashed my mirror this time.
Might not necessarily be the same person. You don't exactly top the popularity poll around here.
Not alone, am I, Miss Ferguson? Well, the women have it in for you, don't they, over the poisoning business? Nervous about the tests?
What tests?
Apparently Pal's organised them because of Donovan's accusations. I thought you knew about it.
No, I didn't. But I'll handle it.
Good. I hate anything that gets in the way of business.
I'm sorry. It all built up in me. You got the brunt of it.
I'm just so glad you didn't shut me out.
I think I'm over the worst now. I hope so, anyway.
You know I'll do anything I can to help.
I have to make my own way, Wally. I just want to know we're still friends.
Always. But I don't have to go back to the hills.
No, I meant what I said. Come and see me now and again,
Oh, yes. The hills will be getting pretty again soon. You must come up there in the spring.
I'd love to.
I'll keep you up to that.
Oh, Colleen, better have a look at this before you go.
What is it?
The results of the tests on Donovan.
Miss Ferguson, I want to see you first thing in the morning.
Yes, Governor?
We might just have her this time.
I didn't see you once. Look, please, don't move. Try not to move.
Yes, sir.
You'll have... Come on, please. Stay there. I'll get help.
But never let the scared bitches on the road.
Listen, wait a minute. I'll give you my name and address. Just a minute.
Hell, I reckon he's dead. Better get an ambulance, quick.
It won't make much difference. Too late for that.
I heard a squeal of brakes. I wonder if it was a hit and run.
Oh, yeah, some lady came hurtling down the
Good,
street.
at least we've got something for the police.
Oh, sorry, mate, I'm not hanging around to talk to the cops.
Hey, you've got to stay. You're a witness.
Oh, sorry, bud, I didn't see a thing.
Bloody hell. Hey, lady, call the police. There's been a bit of an accident here.
Yeah, be a pleasure.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside The roses here are prisoners too. When morning comes around.